Yo, our first live, Can't Be Canceled live. We here.
Yes, sir.
We're here with Kenji.
Kenji.
2 real reviews.
Real
I'm looking
man.
at the camera. Let me stop looking at the camera. It's gonna fuck my head all up.
Hell yeah, don't even worry about it.
You be used to that shit, huh?
Yeah, I usually look at myself. I have the image up and everything. I just be staring at myself. Because sometimes my shit be freezing. And I'll be talking, don't know it's freezing. But yeah.
Yeah, let us know y'all here. If you here, say what's up.
Now, sometimes YouTube be a little late with the notifications. Sometimes I get my notifications
Yeah,
the next day.
You gotta be like Hassan Whiteside. Get them notifications out. Share my shit.
The niggas be bullshit. But they swear that the government be slowing them down. I'm like, bro, I got the same problems I go through when I go live and shit. It's YouTube.
But look what you be talking about though. Look what you be talking about though. You be talking about some real shit.
I stopped talking about a lot of that stuff because they had changed. See, that's the guidelines of YouTube. You want to learn those for real, because when they update it and they send it to your Google, go read it, bro. I'm telling you,
I sure don't be reading my Googles.
I'm telling you, bro, there's channels out here that that's bigger than ours. They got 100,000, 1 million, and they'll get a strike for potential violence.
What?
You know what I'm saying? They had this girl who
potential.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
One of these YouTubers got a strike because they put Gordon Ramsay's, they cropped it out and put it on this girl's body when she was in a bikini, and they got a strike because they were sexualizing Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, see, now we going too far in this damn world.
This is what I watch out. But I say so whenever I say some political stuff in my video, I'll be like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. I had to start over.
That shit crazy, bro. This world is coming to a fucking end when you can't even crop somebody's face onto a picture and now it's sexualizing that person. Maybe I was just joking.
Yeah, I had to go to my Kenji Turil videos and just start deleting a whole bunch of videos, especially the ones where I was talking about politics and talking about Disney movies. We could talk about that shit, the feminization of Disney movies. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a channel where it's just strictly about me focusing on the animated movies and where they're going with this. Because we haven't gotten a masculine Disney movie since Tarzan, 1999. Think about it. Just think about all the Disney movies. A movie where the boy grows, you see him as a boy, he grows up, he's trying to figure out how to be a man. He's saving a damsel in distress. And you know what I'm saying? His dad not there, but he's still fuck it, I'm going to survive. You haven't seen that in forever in a Disney movie.
It's been like that since the beginning of Disney, though. Lion King and Tarzan might be the only ones that actually was leader of the back kind of stuff.
You're all right, because I was thinking about that, how Disney promotes a lot of the princess movies. The Disney princess, you see that all the time, especially on merchandise and everything. Disney princesses, look at us. We got the white one, we got the black one, we got the Hawaiian one, we got the one you ever seen Moana, and it's so many different female Disney princesses that they have now. It's they got a rainbow of them. But if you think about the boys, the ones, think about what era that we had our time in Disney. Can you think what era? Because I already know the era.
Our time in Disney? I think our time with Disney was Lion King and...
Goddamn right, the 90s.
The 90s, yeah.
Those singing movies where you could still hear, you could, each song, you'd be you'll remember it, with Tarzan, you had that,
I don't remember Tarzan shit.
Son of man, look to the sky.
Oh, okay, I do remember that.
Shit used to make me
Who is that? That sounds like some Steve.
That's Phil Collins.
Oh, okay.
And I said, bro, you didn't have to go this hard on this album.
You knew that Phil Collins.
I'd be listening to that album at work. I'd be like, this shit can be pumped. But that's what I'm talking about. Steve said, you trying to find it close, but
same.
yeah,
Same type of nigga.
but those Disney movies had songs where you could get into them. Like it was like, and you said Hercules. That was one too where he didn't have his father.
Yeah.
And what was the song for Hercules? I will find my way. I will go the distance. And that was a great song.
But what's the? And that's probably going off. I'm pulling a race card right now. But where's the black one?
Man, bro, let me tell you something. I don't know why they want to go into Africa and grab some of those mythological stories.
They did. They went with Lion King, but said we're gonna make them animals because we can't.
I mean,
we can't make them black.
Nah, we ain't about to fuck with Lion King like that.
But it's in Africa, so
it is in Africa. But I'm gonna tell you that that idea of making them lions, that shit was amazing. And it gave a lot of Africans some music because a lot of that music is done by Africans. They went to Africa and they studied and got a lot of people. So, and they tried to have old boy who played Michael Jackson.
Oh, you're talking about the dude that One Call Away from Chingy.
Yeah, the dude.
Jason Wheeler.
Yeah, his voice is the song that you hear when "And I can't wait to be king." And a lot of black people were saying the only reason they didn't make him Simba's voice is because he was black. But the thing is, the dude who was doing the voice for Simba was signed under contract. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they wanted him.
So they got somebody to sing the part,
but they got him afterwards after he had already signed the actor. But they said, "Damn, this dude's so good. Hey, let's try to get him to play the voice." But it's like you can't just break that contract now that you found somebody better.
Yeah. Shit, they do it all the time. What you talking about? They could have did it.
We would have been able to sue them. Real talk.
I would have.
They would have been. That white boy would have sued the shit out. He would have found a great ass lawyer. And they would have been willing to sue Disney.
Disney got money though. So shit.
But even with and it's not just the masculine movies per se. Even though I didn't grow up watching those little Disney princess movies, but those princess movies did show a feminine side that made you want to be a princess. Now these princesses got powers and magical shit.
These women want to be they want to be princesses, but they don't want to act like princesses. That's what
a princess is supposed to be like very fragile
and pure.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
I forgot
Rapunzel was in that castle for the longest. She was a little thought. Yeah, she had to put her in the castle.
Yeah, there was Tangled, Snow White, Cinderella, but my favorite one was Pocahontas though. Yeah, Pocahontas was like, even though the story could have been better in a way of sense because it was dealing with the racial issue, but that love relationship and that song, the song goes so hard I don't even watch the movie no more. Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
All the motherfucking Disney songs.
Hey, bro, I got them on my playlist.
Hell, he be reviewing them songs.
But the thing is, the reason why I like those songs, those songs so much, because remember when you used to have a Disney tape, and they used to have the previews before they showed the movie, right?
Yeah.
And like when you see those new movies like Pocahontas, the Pocahontas trailer, they would play that song, and it'll make you want to watch it, just like Lion King. You ever seen the Lion King trailer before, like on the tape?
I haven't.
Bro,
it's been a while since I've seen the trailer from that.
The trailer, because they'll show the trailer on YouTube, but you got to find the trailer that was on the tape. And if you watch that trailer, you'll be like, damn, I want to watch this movie, even though you already watched it already, because it was so good the way they had it, because they were singing a song. And I want to say this right quick before we move on to something else. The way they presented Simba, think about this, because this is the most masculine scene and it's the most memorable scene, is when you see all the animals of the kingdom all coming together. You hearing this song being played, and they all come to see Simba, the next king. He's being celebrated. And that's what a marriage is supposed to be, really. It's supposed to be really the celebration of that child being born. And so when I was watching this, I said, wow, just imagine if all your family members, right? Like when you're born, or, they all, one person puts you up in the sky, you know what I'm saying? And all the family members are there, friends, and they all looking at you like, this And you ain't got to be a king. You could just be just part of the family. But to have that sense that, we all know this child. We all know his birthday. We're going to remember it. And we're going to, be there for him. A lot of people don't have that type of sense. And what was so deep about that movie was this movie was about father and son. It wasn't about the mama. You saw the mama one time
chilling and shit. Yeah. She was laying down. Yeah. Watching the nigga do it. You sure right the mama wasn't even in that.
Nah, it wasn't about that. And it wasn't to say that the mamas don't get a chance, because at the end, mama, they showed mama at the end of the movie where she had to deal with Scar taking over. And Simba came back and saved all of them, all the females that was there. But what I want people to know is that Simba, when he lost his father, which was the main point of this movie, he became a hippie. I'm telling you, bro. He went and found that meerkat and that warhog.
That was trauma. It was traumatized.
He was traumatized. Yeah, I know.
Childhood trauma.
He was out there smoking weed with him, eating bugs. Nigga wasn't even eating.
He went off to college. That's what it was.
That's basically what happened.
He went off to college. Shit.
And what this point also, I really want people to even hear this right here. Remember, Nyla showed up. She wasn't the one to save him. She told him everything that was right. You remember when you wanted to be king? You sung a song, you can't wait to be king. And he was like, nah. I was a kid back then.
I can't, I'm not strong enough to do that.
Yeah, even when she was telling him about Scar, he came over, now the Pride Lands all fucked up, and he ate all the water buffalo, the motherfucking grass is dying. It still wouldn't convince him to turn away. You know what convinced him? His father.
And a dream.
And shit, you can call it a dream, but motherfucker, I saw that nigga pop out the sky. Like the sun. If the wind was blowing, ain't no wind blowing. And what I want to point out is that even though what Nala said was right, she couldn't convince him. It took a man to convince him. And if you want to let this go over your head, think about all the time your girl done told you some shit where you was like, damn, I'm wrong, but then your boy or your elder man told you and you just listened to him. It's because men respect other men's opinions more than women.
You think so?
Yeah. That's straight up. It is not to say we don't care.
It's because we walk the same paths.
Uh-huh.
And it's hard to take my mama's advice over my dad's advice because you're just gonna give me the right answer. You're gonna give me an answer, your son's answer. I'm gonna give you because I want to protect my son. But my dad is gonna give you the answer that's gonna protect me in life. You know what I mean? Not just protect my feelings, and you're worried about my feelings and what could possibly go wrong. My dad is probably gonna do the opposite. He don't give a fuck about the feelings. He's gonna tell you what needs to be done or what should be done. Yeah, I agree with that.
But Nyla still told
some
him.
Men do.
Nyla came in there and told him was right. But you know what? Nyla fucked up. She gave him some pussy.
That's when she went right.
No,
that's when she went right. Because when he got it, that's when he was like, I am.
No. Think about it. You don't remember the movie. I watched this movie at least 1,000 times and examined it. Now, right after she gave him some pussy, that's when she brung it back up again. And that's when they had their fight. Because you can't be giving somebody some pleasure and then trying to correct them. They think it's a trick. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's thinking. He's thinking like, oh, you gonna give me some pussy. Now you're trying to make me go over there and save the kingdom.
That was his first time getting some pussy though. You know what I mean? That was his first time.
Man, you can't do it that way, man. That's why you can't convince a man by trying to pleasure him in that way. He gonna think you're trying to play him or some shit or try to manipulate him into some shit. But your dad, nah, man. Even when your dad did you wrong, there's something about when you hear his voice, you be like, damn, you got to know what he's saying. You want to hear what he's saying.
Get real tight. They go like the police. Yeah. Straighten up. Shit. Daddy here, shit. Let me do right.
And another thing is there's a spiritual bond between the son and the father. Especially when you look alike, bro. And
Right.
when Simba looked into the water, when Rafiki, the monkey that held him up when he was born, right? You know what I'm saying? Showed him to the water. It said that he lives in you.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I'm saying? I always cry at that moment, like a little bitch. But think about it. All those movies from the 90s are getting remade to this day.
In live action form too.
Live action form, because they know that masculine shit is good. Even with even though it's a girl movie, what's the movie with Beauty and the Beast? Man, that movie remake made $1 billion.
There's a live action for that?
Yeah, the old girl who played
Is he actually? Oh,
they played the girl in Harry Potter. She played as the girl.
and it's an actual beast. Yeah, I do remember seeing that. That was an actual good one too.
I ain't gonna watch that shit.
I like how you didn't like it.
I ain't about to watch it.
You got to for your reviews.
Bro, I ain't never reviewed a remake.
What?
A Disney remake.
Why not?
Because, man, Disney's just gonna. No, what for? I already seen the perfected version of it.
The perfected version?
Yeah, I already seen the perfected.
So you think the first version is always the perfected
version? Now these niggas
try to go back and fix some shit.
Yeah, they try to fix some shit. And it never feel the same. And plus, when I'm watching it, I can't help but compare it to the other movie. And so I'm watching, I'm like, I don't even enjoy this because I'm comparing it. I'm not enjoying it. And so I rather just go watch the older movies or just listen to the song so I can remember that feeling as a kid when I used to watch that.
Right.
That's what's wrong with kids now. They watching these damn movies. I grew up on Kung Fu Panda, you know what I'm saying? The first one. I don't know about the other ones, but
I think the problem with these kids, they don't get out enough and play. They don't get the scars, they don't get the broken bones like we used to.
That too, but
there's no incentive to go outside anymore. Like everything fun is in the house. Between games, fucking social media,
But that's not the case with all kids. I mean, it's still basketball, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's still sports. I still see people at the basketball court all the time. I don't care what nobody say. Us dudes that like to play sports, that's the reason why we leave the house and shit. Other than that, we do be on the game and shit. And we be playing 2K. It's like we kick basketball all day.
That's how you're supposed to be. What happened? You can talk, man. It's live shit.
Yeah, it's live.
This is live. This is.
Let's
get on there and comment for me.
We're about to go to trunk or treat in Chance.
Oh shit, bro.
Yeah. We're gonna meet him up there for sure.
Damn. That's today?
He just called me. He just remembered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
That's a good Disney talk, Mr. Review Man. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. He bringing you
my favorite movies: Lion King, Hercules, Tarzan. Best damn soundtrack.
We talking about Disney wise or just animation wise?
I wouldn't say animation wise because
Pixar, yeah.
Pixar, even though they're owned by Disney, Pixar does do some hellified animation work. It's just they movies be feminine. Nature, and I'm not against those movies. I'm just saying
it's just not, it's not catered to you. So.
Yeah, even with these, even in the '90s Disney movies with the princesses, I didn't watch those movies, but I used to go to my cousin's house and I used to see a part of a scene or something like that, and I'd be like, oh, it's okay, but I'm not about to watch the whole movie. But I know what happened in the movie.
It is what it is. I guess. Shit.
These movies nowadays,
what? It's all catered towards women.
Yeah, it's like, and then all the men that's in the movie are either they're dumb, ill-equipped, don't know what to do. They always are used as comedy relief.
Or they're angry.
Or they're like the bad guy.
Yeah, they're very angry.
And you'd be like, damn, why am I rooting for him then if he's the bad guy? Because that bitch that y'all got as the star is unlikable.
Very.
Unlikable.
Most of the time it is.
You want to root for the bitch, but
I'm not gonna lie. I went back and watched She-Hulk because a lot of people were saying it was, attacking masculinity and doing all that shit. So I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, yeah, I see what they're doing and I don't want to watch it. But I went back and watched the rest of it, and it's actually pretty good. I watched it at work.
If you, I haven't watched it, but if you take it with a grain of sand, you could say the movie is good. But if you really wanted something, like a lot of it was just randomness. It was no story on it. You didn't feel like you knew who the bad guy was, and you felt like they actually came out and said they trolled the fans, and so
Yeah, I think they did. I think they was doing that on purpose because they knew that was gonna happen. The people writing this shit know that it's gonna happen because they on these fucking comments and shit. They see that they don't want that to happen. So when they see that they don't want it to happen, they're gonna troll people. Just like when she came out of the fucking screen and went to the Netflix screen. I was like, that's dope as fuck. That is crazy how they broke
but
the screen.
wouldn't you have wanted an actual storyline where she? Yeah,
not
you
for
could
her
be
because she never did have a story.
Let me tell
She
you.
had a storyline, but it wasn't a big storyline. She was
Let me
just
tell you what
introducing.
this is most people's problem with She-Hulk, because you could say it's good. I'll give you that. But this is only good from the standpoint that you knew that the people in charge don't care. But if you compare it to other shows that you know are very good, that show is a piece of shit.
Compared to other shows, but it's She-Hulk. What do we expect?
I expect you to take it serious. She-Hulk is on the motherfucking video games, and don't make a fool of her just because she's a female.
No, it's not just because she was a female. It's because her character was that.
Let me say this.
She
This
was
is what I want.
she was a slut in the
Yeah, that's not the stuff I'm complaining about.
And nobody took it serious.
I'm talking about
she wasn't even
the
a lawyer.
plot. I didn't watch this show, but I reviewed it, and I read the plot and the summary. It's like, yo, who is the antagonist? Are you supposed to be the protagonist? Why are you not doing more lawyer cases? And why isn't it? It just felt like it was just it was scrambled eggs, bro. It didn't have a storyline. I can't even though I read the plot.
You don't think they're gonna get more into that into the season 2?
Man, I don't even think they're gonna have a season 2. Disney got too much shit they got going on. You know what I'm saying? They releasing so much shit that if you wait for that to come out, it'll probably get canceled by then.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna let that shit happen again. It's gonna take forever for them to make a new one. Because have you seen the House of Dragons?
We just started. No, I haven't started House of Dragons because we just started Games of Thrones because we never watched it. So
Okay.
We just started Games of Thrones.
See,
I'm late.
Game of Thrones.
I'm late.
I know you late. I was late to the party too. I had watched season 7 and 8, and I thought that was good. But then I went and watched the season 1 through 5, and I realized, oh my god, they ruined the show?
See,
They ruined the show.
Don't tell me because I'm.
Nah, bro. You ain't no way you don't know about it. If you look.
I don't talk to nobody that knows it because when they ask me, I'm like, no, I ain't never watched
this. But I have to say this: Game of Thrones last few seasons got ruined. All right, the best seasons are in the beginning, and the reason why the House of Dragons is such a big thing is because a lot of people made a whole bunch of videos, shitting on the last few seasons of Game of Thrones and how bad it was because the directors rushed the last season so they could go to Disney and go make a Star Wars movie that never ever happened.
Oh man,
They did some hoes, right? But this House of Dragons, I was expecting it to be like a very feminized show because it was this girl leading it.
Yeah.
But as I watched it,
they say she a beast.
She a beast.
That's what I heard. That's what made me want to go back. I was like, I gotta go watch Game of Thrones. I'm not gonna be able to get nothing in the House of Dragons. I'm not gonna be able to get nothing without watching that. So I told my man, I was like, we going to watch that. We're watching that.
I'm deep in the Game of Thrones. I read the books.
We'll do some reviews on. We'll keep it posted. I know it's old as shit.
They did a good job. Based on the books, because I read them, they did a hell of a good job. Now, if you compare that to the Lord of the Rings show they just did, you see.
And what's that on?
It's based on.
What's it on though? HBO. What?
It's on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Amazon.
And they was pushing. They do the wrong way how to have a star woman. You know what I'm saying? They pushed the feminist agenda, and they made the character unlikable. She was out there swinging a sword and doing all this other stuff. And I'm thinking like Galadriel knows to swing a sword. That bitch magical.
So how would you do a female character if she's not out here swinging a sword?
Hmm?
How would you do it? A female character.
If I did a female
Like what
character,
she's
like if I wanted to make a
inspiring to the man or something, or how would you do that? Would you she be more inspiring or just more like?
man, I don't even know if I would even have a female as my protagonist.
Dang.
I might just keep it real.
You gotta keep it real. This is what I'm here for. Can't be canceled shit.
Because I'm like, I feel like that's something a female should do. If she wanted to like write her own movie, go write your own movie. But I'm a dude. Like I'm gonna write the movies from a perspective of a dude. I don't know how to write your movies, but I'm having in the kitchen.
But that's when they'll come in and be like, get a woman to write it then. Just like they would like, just like when they be like, why do you gotta get a straight guy to play a gay character? Why don't you just get a gay character to play a gay character?
Yeah,
it's something like in that realm. Why don't you just get a girl come in and write it from her point of view then?
Yeah, they can write their girl movies. It's the same thing with basketball. You know, I'm never going to a WNBA game. That's y'all shit. You go to your WNBA game.
I'm
going to an NBA game because I want to see men.
I go to a Big 3 game before I go to a fucking WNBA game. And that's just not because it's a woman. It's just it's more action. It's faster. It's gonna get. It's just better.
I'll say this: men support men. All right.
Yeah.
And women can say, "Well, y'all not supporting us." Well, why y'all not supporting each other?
That's a good question to ask a woman. And I wish a girl was here right now. I ask her, but because she'll tell y'all. Because we don't like each other. We don't like women. We like our friends that we are around, and that's it.
Look, it's not that we don't like women. It's just
we don't. I'm not. No. That's what a woman would say.
Like, oh, well,
women don't like other women unless they're friends with them, and they barely like them.
Trust women. It's different. It's different now because women are so
fake. It's fake now.
I say this: that women are so independent now. That now they are competing with their women with women like we do, but they don't have like that. What am I saying? It's because they so emotional about it that they don't know how to reconcile. Once two women are beefing, they'll never get together again. But
I've seen a few get together,
but they
over some. They have to. They
Well, there are exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, you're right. There's exceptions.
Most girls, they done. They're like, man, fuck that bitch.
They cut her off real quick.
Yeah, men come together. It's just we might have to fight first. You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes. Stop bullshitting. We just fight one good time.
Man,
good.
We come together over stupid shit. Like when it comes to like sports and like some women like. I can't even say women because there's a bunch of niggas in prison right now over women, so I can't even say that. We come together over crazy shit.
Look, a lot of men are getting feminized, bro.
Feminized, they in their feelings. They be like, what you? I love using your saying now, nigga. What? He acting like his mama, bro.
He is acting like his mama.
I love that saying.
I be seeing niggas' mamas in them. I be like, damn, I ain't even gotta meet your mama. She lives in you.
I can tell.
It's simple. It's like
I can see your mama in you, bro.
He got his mama spirit in him, and it's fucked up because you want to tell him. That's what I tell him all the time. I right to him. I be like, boy, you act just like your mama. He like, nigga be like, how you know how my mama act? Shit, I'm looking at it. Nigga, that ain't your daddy. I know that ain't your daddy because your daddy had to get up out of there. Your mama crazy.
All emotional and shit, nigga. Fuck out of here.
But it's a shit. So we got a lot of that happening. And
we got a lot to do.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do in our community, I'm telling you.
Yeah, this is what Ye has been talking about. Ye's been talking about that.
A lot, too. He been talking about a lot, and niggas ain't liking it.
Man, Ye's just, he fucked up with the Jew shit.
The Jew shit?
Yeah. You can't
say death. Do you think he did that on purpose, that death con shit? Because he said it wrong. That's not even how it's supposed to be spelled.
I don't know what he was thinking when he said that.
I don't know what he was thinking.
But I know he's probably not in his,
his right mind?
In his right mind.
Why would you say that? You think they...
I think when you say some shit like that, that's like right. Basically, what that means is you're getting ready for war. You know what I'm saying? You're getting ready to go to war with Jews.
Yo,
and
what
to
up?
have like a blanket statement like that, it's like, come on Twitter, bro.
Nah.
It's like, look, if you said that to me
You
in
supposed
private,
yeah.
I'd be like, man, I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, but I know where you coming from because the people that's messing with you are allegedly Jew, right? And so I feel you, but if you ever said that in the public, they gonna do you like Jesus.
If he would have said it in an interview, or if he would have been able to talk about it instead of tweet about it, because when he talks about it, it comes off like you can understand a little bit more because he has time to give context. Motherfuckers took that tweet and was like, "Nah, we're not listening to anything else he's saying." After
Let me
that,
tell you what Kanye doing. Kanye is doing what we did when we first got introduced to YouTube. It's watching all these goddamn conspiracy videos on motherfucking Jews and shit,
yeah,
Rothschilds and shit, and now he just spitting it out like we was doing at Walmart, just coming to each other, arguing with this information. Like, bro, no, they're not taking over the world. Aliens ain't real. Nah, the Earth is flat. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. We all watching YouTube, dog. But what he doing is, it's like, dude, you're a billionaire. You can't just be going out there watching YouTube videos and then going out there saying this is exactly what it is. That's why he keeps saying he's a black Jew, and I'm like, bro. If we want, I don't want no Hebrew Israelites to come in here.
I know a couple. I sent the invite to him. I hope he gets in.
Bro, those guys, bro.
Would you debate one?
No, never.
Would you not?
I ain't debating that nigga. I'll ask some questions, but I'm not about to go back and forth. I'm gonna ask nigga questions.
Yeah, like, that's what I would. That's what I wanted him to come in.
I don't want to prove nothing.
But we could because talk to him.
I would tell him stuff. So I would tell him stuff that I couldn't say on here. Straight up.
That's funny.
I'd be like, bro, where you even get? Nah, I can't say it.
Don't say it. This is live. I can't edit it.
Don't do
that. Don't do that.
I'll crush him. I send that boy back to Egypt to his forefathers. It's crazy how we want to, like, these Hebrew Israelites want to be Jews, but they don't want to be the people that were the Egyptians who created all that stuff and ruled those lands.
See, but if everybody does come from Africa, and at one point the continents broke up, like they say it did, I mean, it is what it is. And we the people.
What people?
God's people that they say. I don't know. I'm just this.
Man, this is
I don't know.
A lot of these religions started in the desert. Straight up. That's why it's so crazy. I ain't here to shit on none of y'all religions, but I'm very conscious and I know what all that stuff is about. Really, all that stuff is pagan worship, and it's all about fertility and doing mushrooms, and that's what those people were doing when they were writing those Bibles.
Doing mushrooms, yeah, you're probably right. Smoking,
they was opening their third eye,
and
they was writing down stuff, right? And over the time, the language got more sophisticated.
See, that's something I could more believe, that they was already doing these mushrooms and shit like back in the day.
Yeah,
and they was just hallucinating a lot of this shit and seeing a lot of this shit, because I hear when you do that shit, that's what you see. Yeah, that's what you see when you do that shit.
Yeah, man.
That's what I hear.
Say. They say you go into another dimension. You know, you see elf people, the elf people. People. Yeah, the dimensional elves.
I ain't never heard that one.
See, you don't watch enough Joe Rogan, bro.
Nah, I ain't never seen that one.
Joe Rogan and all his guests do mushrooms, bro. Mike Tyson.
He said he seen elf people. I watch a lot of Joe Rogan, but I ain't never heard him say elf people.
Yeah, man. You can float out into space. That's what I really think. See, I hate getting caught up in these religious debates with people, because I know it's really just like stuff people wrote down as they got more aware, but then other people touched it and then messed with it. But really, it's all this is really about universal truth and understanding how everything correlates with energy around you.
So is that something like soul ties? That's what you're talking about? Do you believe in that kind of shit?
Soul ties?
Yeah.
Man, I do. It's energy. Energy doesn't, like, when people die, people be like, well, where does that energy go? Because you can't destroy energy. We already know it. You can't destroy energy. Energy is going to be transferred.
Do you think that's why motherfuckers came up with the burial aspect of energy, like trying to bury the energy?
Yeah, motherfuckers trying to.
Well, people back in the day used to like burn them.
But they tried to bury themselves so they with their money so they can bring it to the afterlife. I'm telling you, they so caught up into. That's what happens. Is like that was the downfall of men right there. If you can't see that when these pharaohs, when they die, they was trying to keep all that stuff with them. They was caught up into the materialistic, and I think this is what I really think. I think we not supposed to be dying so quickly.
No, hell no. We're supposed to be living into like at least 90s, 100s naturally. Because I see people all the time that can do it.
Yeah.
And they're fucking always third world people. It's always some people that's like in a different country. It ain't never no motherfuckers here in America.
Yeah.
It's the shit we eat in here or the something we doing wrong in America. It can't just be not going to the hospital enough. Because these countries that have these old women and old men that live so long, they're not going to the hospital on a day like that.
I wouldn't say living, they just struggling to live. I'm talking about even when you at that age, your body still look like it's 25. You know what I'm saying? You either die from murder or accident.
But
that's what I think, but because the concept of immortality was something that it's something that most religions talk about. Trying to get immortal.
Who?
Yeah. Being immortal.
Oh, no. That's not possible.
But in the sense of just being in a spirit body, you know, you can't die. The body dies.
No, it doesn't.
Man, see, that's why you got to get on your conscious shit.
It's the body.
But this is what Ye be talking about. That's why he always talking about energy and God. You know what I'm saying? He just so into it, and he's just, he's being random, just how we being random sometimes when we just going off the brain in these interviews. And he really needs to start communicating better because he's getting canceled everywhere.
That's all he needs.
Only people ain't canceling was damn near black people. We still on the internet.
No, I see a lot of black people trying to cancel him.
Now, to tell you the truth, it's really his fans, and Kanye got a lot of fans, all racist. So,
you think a lot of black people are racist?
What I said, all racist.
Oh, I thought you said all.
Yeah, he got fans of all races.
The younger white people get him. It's like the younger white people get him
because they watch the same videos. They watch the YouTube videos too on the Jewish people.
So, is I don't even want to dive more deep into it.
I'm telling you, all you gotta do is watch any Hitler documentary. He's like, think about it. The documentaries on Hitler, it's more documentaries on Hitler than any other person. You don't even know who Joseph Stalin is, and he did way more than Hitler. You just think about Hitler. What he did was like he killed 6 million Jews.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. He ordered the 6 million Jews to die,
and a lot of people out there, like Farrakhan, said the same thing that Hitler was saying. You can't be talking about them Jewish people.
He wasn't saying the same thing that Hitler was saying.
Yeah, man. This is what I say. When black people be getting so racist, some get jealous of other people. I used to be jealous of the Jewish people.
But that's what Kanye said. He said he was jealous of them.
Yeah, I used to too. I was like, how the hell they doing this?
But he said he was jealous of the good things that they're doing. Not like sticking together. He said he's jealous of how they stick together. He said he's jealous of how they could come together and buy all the type of shit and like the power that they have. He's jealous of that. He's not saying like Yeah, I'm the type of dude that would want something like that. Our people to have that. I want our people to have that. Is that jealousy? Is that a bad thing to
That's
want our
what
people to have some of that power?
Kanye, he's talking all this shit, right? But what he can do is he need to go back to the church and start his own, you know, start helping the community,
Yeah.
build businesses out there. You know what I'm saying? Help black Christians.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I say Christians on purpose because that's what he is. And he should be out there working, moving with the Christians, and making sure that you can't say stuff about Christians. You can't just go out there and put Jesus out there. Or we gonna shut you down. We're gonna come into your business and tell you.
But I don't think that's not our religion anyway. That's why we don't fight.
You gotta pick one, man. You niggas always talking about your religion. Ain't nobody ever in history ever was in a religion that they made. Because every religion that a nigga made, he died before the religion was started.
Because
he never got to see it.
Because every other religion or race, or every other race has a religion that their person they praise looks like them.
And what you want to do? You want to make a religion up?
No, I don't want to. I just want people to believe.
You got to have a belief.
I won't believe.
Okay, let me
Why
tell
do you have to have a belief?
Because belief,
your conscience knows what's right from wrong.
Because belief is consciousness. Belief can make you win a game. But if you believe in yourself, you can run faster.
In yourself. I don't think Jordan was believing in Jesus when he was taking them shots. I think he was believing in himself, practicing all the times in the gym.
Man,
I can take this shot, not Jesus. Let me tell you this.
It don't matter what you want to say. You could say God did it or you did it, but either way, it's a belief. Your belief ain't gotta be true. This is why I tell my black people are still over there arguing with the Christians about this. Those people are more organized and more powerful than you, and you over there in front of them talking shit. And I'm telling you, they belief is what makes them stronger. They believe that they have a God that's stronger than every other God. They believe that they protect it. And so they walk with pride amongst themselves. So if you don't start your own shit, then shut the fuck up and join this shit. We don't care if you think it's not fact. But goddamn it, if you're in here, if you believe, you will achieve.
So you need a not that, and I can't even disagree with that because you're right. But for the people that don't believe it, do you think they think they need to get into the church to get further in life, or is that what?
Any nigga who's out there trying to because I know there's gonna be people that's gonna be arguing against religion, bruh. All you do all day, your religion is to prove other people's religions wrong. That's their religion. Because every time they hear something about, it's not like they came to share their religion with somebody else. Hey, look, this is what I believe this is. You know what I'm saying?
But most people that don't believe in religion believe in themselves and think that you have to make it work and you have to get out there and make yourself something. Not Jesus not you praying to Jesus and that makes you something. And then
it's a perspective thing. See, the thing is, a lot of times, like I said, when people are going against religion, they like to get real deep into it. And what I'm saying is, however you believe it, if you believe that you get your power from Jesus and God, and it actually is a triangle that shoots through a bolt of energy, and it turns you into what you need to be, then how am I supposed to say, God damn it, if your life is good?
Most people need religion to get on the straight path and tell them what to do and how to get
the reason why is some people are not, some people just don't understand how to do this without what I'm saying is they don't know how to activate their inner selves without some of that religion. You know, some people can do it without it. You know what I'm saying? They can just be like, I don't need God. I don't need those religions. And they could just go out there and be the best they can be. But sometimes some people need a troubleshoot. Right? You know what I'm saying? Some people need to believe that God is black. Some people need to believe God is white. Some people need to. And it's not about racism. It's just some people need to just want to see it themselves. Some people don't. Some people need 8 gods. They need to separate them. A god of war, a god of you know what I'm saying?
I need Credos,
Zeus, Hades. They need that type of shit, and that motivates them.
You're right.
And the Greeks had those gods, and guess what they did? They went into Egypt and shut it down like computers.
Like 300.
Yeah. So you know that's where all
religion helps for some people. Some people, maybe if I gave it a chance.
And think about how stupid people are today. And we got the most information out there. Just imagine back in the medieval times during, you know, those times. Think about how the average person must have been so stupid that they couldn't even have a concept of really stringing a sentence together in the way that we speak it, like in past tense, where you actually understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And the reason why they had to make their gods like that because they just had to use it as examples. Them people know what a river is, so they'll be like, okay, the river is moving like that because of God, and the moon, God is, you know, the moon is using its energy because the moon does move the water.
Yeah, it does.
And so they need
the
to know
closer
that.
it gets, the currents get higher.
So they named the god called Isis. Her name is Isis. She's the goddess of the moon, and they just made her into a personified god and made her into a woman, and so they can understand it more. Now, everybody's doing that now, but now they're doing it as in the sense of it's actually real.
That's I need to deep more into that shit because I just believe I know all that shit. I think that's just nature, just nature. I believe it does have effect on people's personalities when you're born. I do believe some of that. Because if the moon affects the wave, when the closer it is,
how would you explain that to somebody?
It should affect how you are.
But what I'm saying is, how would you explain the way? Because we understand how the solar system works because we even went to science class and shit, right? And we know, but back then it's like you would think about the sun as some type of magical thing, and all these things like how are these things happening, and you don't even know how to. You don't even know a noun. You know, you do have a language, but it's not going to be as sophisticated as the English language. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Some if you ever hear Japanese, it's not the way they string it together is not the same way that we speak. That's why when you hear them speak English, you see that they don't have those S's at the end, right? When they start speaking our language, you see that, you be like, why you don't just pronounce the whole thing? That's because they don't have that shit in their language. They got,
and that'd be so stupid to me. I swear. How we got communication done back in the day is beyond me.
That's why people was fighting each other. They didn't know nothing. They'd be like, damn, we speak 2 different languages. Hey man, we need to figure this shit out. And people just go to war after that.
That's crazy.
It was wild, and people don't think that that's how our religion's formed, but they want to keep arguing about this shit. I tell them, look, I did my fair share. I went out there, and that shit didn't make me no money or get me no power.
Yeah,
I should have stayed in church, boy. I could have been a preacher. I've been out here bling blinging.
Fucking all that, bling bling and fucking all that was right in the Cadillac.
I swear to God.
See, but that's the thing. I seen that kind of shit happening in churches, and I was just like, these niggas is.
Them niggas blessed.
They not blessed.
Come on, man, they blessed.
But they taking advantage. If they blessed, they taking advantage. No, because I heard a good saying, nigga. Not only God's not the only motherfucker that blesses you. The devil could bless you too, and it could be with some shit that's not so great. You know what I mean?
In some religions, and some religions that's based on the Bible. Some people say that God and devil is the same person.
And that's a conscience.
Yeah,
that's the conscience.
I forgot which one it was.
Right,
but I know it's not Baptist because I'm a Baptist. But I heard their perspective.
I think it's just
that's why they won't kill each other.
God is just your conscience, bro. It's just Jesus is your conscience. God is your conscience. Right and wrong. They name you doing the wrong shit. The devil. They're doing the right shit.
It's duality. You're gonna always have 2 sides of any thing.
But what's wrong to somebody's perspective might not be wrong to you because a nigga starving, on the street,
that's the thing,
stealing a hamburger ain't wrong to him.
There is a universal truth, and you can have your truth, but the truth is, nigga, you stole that shit.
Yeah, stealing a hamburger is still wrong.
You stole it.
He desperate. So
the universe is gonna get you back for stealing that shit.
But back in the day when you could just grab an apple off the tree.
Let me tell you, every nigga, a lot of people
it wasn't charged.
All these white people that we read about that was invading and conquering and shit, they all got theirs in the end. I'm telling you, and it wasn't beautiful.
There's a lot of black folks that did it too. They just don't hear about them.
Yeah, they got theirs too. I know a lot of people did a lot of conquering, but
Shaka Zulu.
Yeah, they always get theirs in the end. When they go, you have to be settled with it. You got to do a little sprinkle of evil here and a little good of evil there. I mean, a little good of that. You know what I'm saying? Balance it out. But any nigga who did some invading, conquered, they always got theirs. Except Genghis Khan. He was that nigga.
Genghis Khan.
He was the god on earth.
Taking all the bitches. Taking all the tribes.
I think most of China is related to him.
Who?
Genghis Khan. Had a lot of wives.
A black Chinese man. Chinaman.
Yeah, sometimes I be thinking that the Genghis Khan and them were white people who invaded Black China and turned it white. Makes sense.
But that's what they do.
But it's hard to get some information on if it's real or not. But I think that was happening. But it's not a racial thing. It's just niggas was on the steps, couldn't stay there forever.
It's never a racial thing. Oh, hold on.
It's money.
Damn, bro. Ain't got no more stick, man. Okay.
But yay wrong for what he said, man.
Yeah, he not wrong. He just misinformed.
Nah, he wrong, man. He need to. I don't. It's up to him. He a grown man. If you want to apologize,
He did already. He apologized.
It's too late.
They already took it. Yeah, I don't know why he apologized. They already took it.
Well,
It stopped. They probably stopped taking it now.
I'm still fucking Kanye. I'm still gonna listen to
The sad part is they taking all them niggas schools and shit and like not taking them, but
I mean, you came against a lot of people who are tied to each other in powerful places.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like, he probably want to just go ahead and move up out of this motherfucker.
Dude, that Dave Chappelle was African.
That's something. You might want to do that.
They gotta do it.
He need to go ahead and accept that. He might not be able to get around his kids. Just let it go. You can make some more. He's not old. You can make some more. That's why abandonment for a dude is really not that bad. It's only bad for you, bitch.
When you got all that money, I don't know why you worried about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Abandonment issues, nigga. Abandon these nuts when you got all that money. You can leave.
He ain't got all that money no more. He only got like 180 something million.
Nigga, that is enough.
Man, he gonna have to spend half of that to get out the country.
Nigga, that's enough, bro. I can cash out right now. Nah, because he'll drop something. He'll drop something tomorrow, and he'll be back up. How
you gonna get the money? Through what bank?
He just don't put. What you mean, this bank?
He ain't got no bank.
Nigga, that's his money. Take that money out. Let me get half this out.
His money probably all in suitcases at his house.
And that's even better. Smart man.
Man, you want to get your money insured.
Nah, yeah, you do. You want to get everything insured, but shit.
But I would like to see what Ye's next move. I don't know what he gonna do. He might try to go team up with Nick Cannon. And they try to.
I think I said he gonna go hook up with Akon and go build a city in Africa.
Man, all them niggas be trying to build those cities.
All you gotta do is go flag Africa or Akon.
I don't believe. I be thinking about that too. If I ever got like $1 billion some dollars, I'm gonna build a metropolis. It's gonna be perfect. Man, that motherfucker gonna blow. It's gonna fall in 2 years.
Right, you said that because you gonna die.
Niggas be trying to rush to make cities. Ain't no cities.
You don't have to rush. Akon's been doing it for like
I'm telling
10 years now.
It's 10 years? Man, you rushing. Is he almost done?
I mean, he's just built the hospital.
It takes a good 100
He's just
years.
building the hospital, so I don't think the city's done. Not even close to being done. If you just building the hospital.
See, it's gonna take too long.
You said
He's not gonna have the funds.
He is. Akon got the funds. Nigga, what you talking about? Yeah, I mean, people he done signed and he keep on signing.
You need big money to make a city, bro.
That nigga got funds, nigga.
Cause nowadays,
man, you crazy.
Nowadays, like back in the day when you made these cities, you could just have dirt roads and all that, but you need to really make an infrastructure. You know, you got to make a real good infrastructure that's gonna survive. And think about how slow these people be moving around here to just fix these fucking roads. Like, how you gonna make a whole city?
Because that's what the politicians don't be worried about. You see that, like Brett Favre be funneling money to your own pockets and shit, funneling money to the
man,
universities and shit.
Look, we all do crooked ass shit.
Nigga, there's levels to this shit.
We all do crooked shit.
Nigga, it's levels.
Brett Favre,
like attempted murder.
Brett Favre get a pass.
What?
We let Brett Favre get a pass.
I know. This is his third pass.
I know. I hear people say that, but I be like, when I hear it, I just don't care.
Why not?
I be like, fuck it, that's his problem. He deal with it. I don't think we should keep piling on talking about it.
But this is the shit Kanye talk about. The media that don't talk about it.
I don't think we should be piling up on Kanye.
If it was one of ours, but it's happening. And if it was Michael Vick,
we needed to start.
It would have been getting all types of motherfucking.
But these niggas need to start fighting their own battles. I don't know these niggas. I'm tired of people tying me into every black person in goddamn America. I'm a Southern Creole nigga. People come from Haiti, and I don't know nothing about y'all niggas. My people probably wasn't never slaves.
You look like a Django ass nigga. What you talking about?
What you mean? We was in Haiti. We fought for our freedom, and then I probably came over here.
Your shit don't connect all the way, so
I know.
You look like a Django. You look, nigga, no.
I'm a Haiti baby.
Fresh off the boat too.
I am not one of you niggas.
Dark Asian. You fresh off the boat.
I am not one of you niggas.
Yes, you is.
You niggas ancestors were slaves.
Uncle Ruckus. I am not one of you niggas.
My ancestors was kings, nigga. Y'all niggas got it.
I have fertilized.
This is why I know black people just black people wish they people conquered the world.
No, we don't. No, people don't think that. No,
man.
Dude, we too loving and giving people too much loving and giving people.
Oh, we some loving giving people. Oh, we know how
to everybody else.
Hey, we know how to love and give bullets.
Nigga, that's and I agree with you on that, but that was
bro. These niggas always talk about black people are the most forgiving people. No, black Christians. Put a name on it. You gotta start separating these people. We are not all one people. Them niggas over there don't believe in Jesus. We are Christian folk over here.
You know them niggas have to do that.
Them niggas believe in demons.
Their ancestors was the ones grew up hating the house niggas, so that's why they kill each other.
Nah, they mama was a funky bitch, and she raised that boy right. And now he out there trying to find some type of love from his niggas. He willing to die because one of his niggas got killed by one other nigga instead of calling the police and getting that nigga like, man, let a nigga kill my homie. 911, I know the nigga, I know where he stay.
Yeah.
You get locked up, and I wish a nigga would try to get try to pay back, because I'm going to snitch on his ass too. I'm going to be watching.
I don't know why. See, but that's the thing. That's what they'll try to say. You civilian, you can do that. You a civilian.
You know why they talk that way?
What's that shit? You a civilian.
But black people want to stay at the bottom.
sometimes I don't feel like that,
But the thing is, black people think. See, black people
being
think
at the bottom,
this
they
is
think they being at the bottom is pride, though.
the
But
black
that
people
started from the mud shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, black people think we all the same people. I'm like, nigga, I'm from a different tribe. I don't know where you from. My nigga, shit.
We don't believe in that shit. You
Africans don't even do that shit. Black people be doing that shit to trick people and try to make you side with them. It's like, you nigga, no, I'm from Southeast Texas. If you ain't got that same accent as me, then damn it, we not the same people. We can move by each other and say, okay, now we cool. But nah, I'm always gonna have a certain culture because I'm from Southeast Texas.
Yeah.
These niggas want to be cool with niggas from New York and all. No, yeah, you could be cool with them, but we different folks. But we cool now.
But we, as black people, you guys have a lot in common still. No matter where you from.
Yeah. Black people don't want to accept that we different. We all different. That's why when a black person hears another person accent, they want to ask like 1,000 questions and act all surprised about this. I ain't never heard nobody speak like that. It's like
that's how it was when I first heard a nigga from Louisiana speak.
What?
But you nigga, you gotta admit they talk that's crazy.
But the thing is,
never heard before.
But that's the same thing when you hear a black person that speak white. Because you so
no, that's not the same.
Yes, it is.
That's not speaking white. That's just speaking proper or not proper. It's the proper English, nigga.
Man, you saying I'm not. You know what I mean, bro. Black people say that shit.
Black people, yeah, you're right. Black people say that shit.
Black people act shocked over differences, and then we try to.
They try to tell you that you're not in the culture when you actually act different than what they're used to seeing.
Because I am different. I'm not a low grade nigga like them, and they see it. They be like, bro, this is a high type grade nigga, and he probably gonna be cool with the white people because they like him. You know what I'm saying?
And it's probably real low key like jealousy because
they jealous.
I thought
they
it was
really want
to act that way.
I'm telling you, man, black people really want to be friends with white people, but they scared their brothers gonna tell them that you a traitor. They know when they go to white people's house, they get a plate every time. You go to a black person.
No, I don't know about all that.
What you ain't never been? What white people you hanging with? Man,
I don't really hang out with.
You gotta hang out. See, the thing is, I hang out with country white folk.
Country white folks know how to cook.
And every time I ain't never hung out with white people before, but until I got like older, and every time I used to go to their house, I always left full. You know what I'm saying?
Also, somebody else's shit like pizza.
What
you talking about?
I was sleepy, bro. I was like, bro,
we gonna order Domino's.
Like, bro, I came over here and got the itis. But I seen the hospitality. Now, I'm not saying all white people act like this, but I'm saying these are how my white people act. My white people that lived around me, even though we were segregated. And how, you know, it was a segregated city.
I wasn't segregated, nigga. Trust me. Coming from Colorado to Wyoming to Arkansas, North Carolina.
You live in a very liberal
I lived all over the place, bro.
See, Beaumont, we was still dealing with the aftermath of the segregation. Because you can see, like, certain cities were separate. Like, you know, you ever heard of Port Arthur?
Yeah.
That's where all the black people stay. Yeah, that's where all the black people stay. And right next to it, there's another little small little area. It's like 12 blocks. They call it Port Neches. It's its own city. And that's where white people stay.
That's all. It's like Bankhead and Buckhead.
But they have also other little places like Nederland, and mostly it's white people that stay around, but they don't stay in like the big cities like black people do. They stay in those little all white cities. But I ain't gonna say lie. I never had a white man be racist to me.
I have.
Only white women.
No, I've had a white man a couple times be racist to me.
Was he just saying a nigga? What did he do?
It was a couple times. This one happened in Arkansas. One dude called me a nigga and threw a rap at me because I ordered a tropical smoothie and like I made it wrong. I didn't make it wrong. I just delivered it to the wrong person.
That ain't racism.
Nigga, he called me a nigga and everything. And threw it at my chest. I stood there. The owner had to hold me back because I was pissed as fuck.
Man, they created the word, right?
Hey man, but it comes from ill intent after.
Bro,
after that.
Did he drop off when he did it?
Nah, nigga, he walked off.
Oh, he just walked
I
off.
was behind the counter. And he was just like,
Man,
"Gave
that's
me the wrong order, nigga."
nah, they ain't.
And
They
then
ain't
the
no
last time, nigga, the last time it's ever happened to me, it was this dude I work with. He tried to tell me some shit, but I already did the shit, thinking he was gonna come out here trying to regulate some shit. And I told that nigga I already did it. Get out my face. I said, "Nigga, get out." I called him a nigga.
Oh,
I said,
so you
"Nigga,
had a
get out
bad-
my face."
Oh.
And he put his chest out and started repeating, "Nigga, nigga, nigga, nigga."
Come on,
nigga,
bro.
all in my face. I slapped the glasses off his face.
Dimitri,
So
these are not some good examples of racism, bro.
What you mean? Why not?
Because you just been called nigga.
But that's coming from ill intent. You know what I mean? Why would he call me? How come he wouldn't call me a bitch?
You know how I would
Why
respond
would he call
to
me a
that?
bitch?
I would respond to it the same way I do on GTA 5. I'd be like, yeah, I'm that nigga.
If he called you a bitch, what would you have done?
Oh, we gotta fight. Those are fighting words.
He tried to insult me.
No. Because I ain't no bitch, but I am that nigga. That's different, bro.
He was
But the
saying,
thing is,
he was using the
see,
ER. I'm not a nigger. I'm a nigga.
Man, whatever,
And I have to,
bro.
I have to,
You can't see he's trying to provoke you.
I'm about to get fucking.
Bro, he's trying to provoke you into a fight. Because his mama used to call him a nigga.
Well, he got provoked into a good ass whooping.
Nah, he should never did. He broke you, bro.
Nah, he didn't break me.
You gotta learn not to get provoked by white people that do that, bro.
So I can get provoked. I can get provoked by bitch when I'm not.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. They know it's the magical word. All you gotta do is you be on the game. They know it's a magical word. That's why. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Every time I have a white boy do that shit, right? I always toy with him. Yeah, I'll be like, I'm that nigga, and I actually sometimes I never respond to it, right? And I just curse him out. You know what happens later? In the next 30 minutes after all that shit, we on a mission playing ice. And he's the coolest motherfucker. And he's not saying the N-word no more. I noticed it. I'll be like, see, that's not even a part of your language. You're just using it to hurt me because your mama spirit is in you.
And I don't feel like
it's not really racism.
So if he was calling you bitch, would you have been friends with him after
he
that?
He was calling me bitch, but that's only because I call. Sometimes, look, I was playing with the bitch thing. You could call me a bitch because sometimes, these young kids are now calling each other bitches. They'd be like, yo, bitch. You know how they be. When I first heard it, I said, I guess that's what we doing now. I don't do it because that's not my thing. I'm from a different era, but that's how they saying it now. And I get it. We call each other, we say bitch, but no word should be able to trigger you like that as a man. I see it does with women, but not even the N word, because you don't know what that nigga trying to do. If he think about it, this nigga said nigga, this nigga must be ready to die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you got on you, bro? Because this is
but if they know it's a trigger word, why would I do it?
Because they got their mama spirit. That's the same thing women do. You know
so that means you want to fight. That means you want to fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they think you not going to do nothing.
But he thought wrong.
But the thing is, but you got to watch out for that, though. You really got to watch out.
You do, because people will bait you into it.
Yeah.
No, they got a pistol on them, you know what I mean?
Black women will call you a bitch for not responding to it. And you be like, bitch, what you want to fight? Because I'll let you fight them. Because the thing is, it's like
I done had to check mine for a few times saying that. I was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just so used to it.
Because they don't understand. We can go to war. Like, if I go to get in a fight and we fighting and we both, like, I see, man, I'll do anything. I'll gouge a nigga eyes out to win this battle. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'll throw something at you and kill you, bro.
Oh my God. So, just speaking of that, because I did the podcast last week about that girl that shot that firefighter.
She shot a firefighter?
She shot a firefighter because he was choking out her boyfriend and shit. And she kept screaming at that nigga. Yeah, they was fighting. He had him on a good position where she's yelling at him, like, get him off. And
wait.
She ended up shooting that nigga.
She shot the cop?
She shot the firefighter and got off.
Oh, the firefighter was fighting her boyfriend?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know.
Okay. So she shot him?
That deep into her hand that came out yet.
Damn, bro.
She got off.
If that was a policeman,
Nah,
I
off
would've-
duty though. He wasn't even like he wasn't on duty. But
Oh, he was on
He
duty.
was
And
off
she
duty.
shot him.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, she deserved it. But if it was a cop, you know what I'm saying?
she's not getting off of that.
I would don't shoot cops. I don't care what type of headlock. I'll
Beat
pass
that.
out.
Beat
I'll
him
get
up.
that good. Just let me pass out. You know what I'm saying? And because they not, I'm going to jail,
I
man.
want my girl if I can shoot somebody.
I can survive a pass out.
I want my girl to
I'm gonna
shoot
tell
that
you
nigga.
this: if that's the cops, you let that motherfucker do what he gotta do.
Don't let me get beat.
Let me get beat so I'm gonna sue the shit out these niggas.
But if he's off duty, can you shoot him?
Nah, man.
I
Unless
think
the
you
cop,
still
let me tell you
can
this.
because he's supposed to know.
The only time she should shoot him, unless he already shot me.
Just a quick question. Just
Because you, at the end of the day, people be acting like the government ain't the people that's running shit. Like we just be trying to argue with people. Be like, no, nigga, these people run shit, y'all. You lucky they don't just come in your house and get your ass. You know what I'm saying? You could live in another. You could be in another country where if you said shit like we saying right now, you'll be pulling up right now on your ass.
Because if that show got a no-knock warrant, then
Yeah,
if they could get those,
but they don't do it. So I say, man, damn, cops better respect the folks.
what you trying to do, dog? You trying to do a real pod after this live? So I can go get some sticks.
Yeah, I gotta take a piss.
I get some sticks. This our first live. I appreciate y'all who tuned in. I know a lot of y'all gonna be tuned in a little later.
These lives, you can
We gonna get these clips. I appreciate
yeah,
y'all.
crazy. Yeah.
It can't be canceled. First live.
Let me take this.